Hi everyone, Lisa here from Flosstube Stitching. Hope everyone had a great week. This is my second time recording. Here's the first time I had a cough attack, but now I have both water and tea. Okay, I am doing better, but it's still in my sinuses a good deal. That is causing coughing when I can't breathe. So one of these days it will leave my body, I am sure, but I guess today is not that day. Okay, so first I want to show you my mug before all the special temperature stuff goes away. So this is, I don't think I've shown this, maybe I have, this year's mug from Tim Hortons. So when you have a hot beverage, he gets a little ice cap and a Timbit on his collar, as well as a ghost on his bum. So I have some David's T911 in here. It's probably gonna be too hot. The mug is super huge, so I'm like bracing myself for the hot liquid to hit me. But it helps clear my sinuses a little tiny bit. So that's what I brought up with me. And then I had to get a glass of water as well. This week, nothing too exciting. Been trying to rest when I can. And then, of course, we are very excited in this house that the Blue Jays have made it to the World Series. So I have some stitching along with that to show. Really not too much stitching because I have been trying to rest. So, okay. First off, I forgot to show my fabric of the month from Roxy Floss, Kalamata is what it's called. So as I mentioned, I moved to the 20 count traditional club, and this is what this fabric looks like. So like a reddish brown, I would say, in real life. I don't think I need the bag anymore. And then also, I'll show you. I have two finishes. One of them is fully finished and a new start, and one whip. So let's start with the fully finished. So Rowdy J is done. Put this behind it because you can see right through it. So this is just in one of those kind of plasticky fake wood hoops from Michaels. Fits perfectly in there. I don't know what size it was. I don't know. Had to get my husband to help me get it in there. To get the hoop back around. See, I'm okay if I don't talk, but here we are. Yeah. So I finished this on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. And I don't know where I'm going to put it. Also, this hoop doesn't come with any sort of hanger. So I might lean it somewhere, or we'll have to find a hanger to attach to the back. But yeah, happy with how that turned out. And I just fully finished it this morning. And then this is the CN Tower from pigeon coop design as well. You can get this on Max's website. And then Rowdy J was also from Max Pigeon. That was from his book. But yeah, this CN Tower, probably, I don't know what kind of fabric. Maybe 16, maybe an 18. But it's just a very light blue. I did this on Monday during the final game of the ALCS. Pretty much finished it all. There was just a few stitches left after that game that I finished it up. So I'm not even putting this on my whip list because it was basically a start and a finish on the same day. I don't know how I'm going to finish that. Yeah. Only thing I changed was I moved this little birdie a little bit closer because originally it was going to be like over here. Yeah. And then, why don't we just go to my new start? I don't have a cover photo for this, but it is the Blue Jay from Velvet Pony Design. And so she has the animals, and most of her designs are geometric like. So there's my start on the Blue Jay from the first couple days of the World Series. It's just, oh no, that's still attached. Okay. Yeah. So there's a teeny tiny bit of pink in them, but mostly blues. There is actually one little patch of green too in here, believe it or not. So yeah, her play with color for the geometric shapes is very interesting. So yeah, so that's the first 2 games of the World Series. So that will come out again tomorrow night. For game number 3, that we need to win. And then this one, I also don't have a cover photo for. Boy, here's use your imagination day here. This is the Zippity Doodah pattern by Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. Take off that so you can actually see what I stitched. So that's how that's looking. And I put in that. That is what I stitched. So this is one of my great British Bake Off pieces. Excuse me. Yeah, one of my great British Bake Off pieces. That is severely behind. Yeah. I don't know. You may be wrapping up very soon too. So I'm very behind on watching it, so I don't really know what has happened and what I need to add to my stitches. Because of all this baseball craziness. So October baseball is really messing with my schedule. But it has got my son very interested in baseball, so that's good. He will actually sit and watch a whole game. Meanwhile, he's not usually interested in sitting and watching a movie or anything like that. So that's definitely a plus to all this. And I think we will definitely go to a Blue Jays game in the summer. Yeah, so I'm behind on that, on Great British Bake Off plans. just keep working on the road trip. It is changing for next year. They put out a brief video about that and how that one event is going to be significantly different. So it'll be interesting to hear more about what that looks like. It's going to be some team stitching, which I don't know how I feel about that. Just because I don't know, I don't want to feel like I may potentially be letting people down when I get, you know, these weeks that are a lot different than a typical week. And yeah, I just don't get all the stitching that I would hope to, you know. So we'll see what they say. I'm sure it'll still be good. And at the very least, there's still the main Whip Warriors group that will have lots of different challenges and things like that. I did get new glasses. They're from Zenny Optical, so it's online. Very cheap. These were only like 70 something. Probably 80 with tax and shipping. Yeah, and my prescription is quite high, so that's usually what jacks up the price for me. So if you are in the market for some affordable glasses, check out Zenny Optical. And the customer service is actually really, really great. I had to call them on Friday because my insurance is having some difficulty splitting up my receipt that had my set and then my set for my son on it. And they sent me a new receipt very quickly. So hopefully my benefit provider can get their act together and figure that out. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have much more to ramble on. It is a cooler day today. Again, Sully didn't want to let me sleep in, so it was about like 6:30 to let him out because he needed to go and bark at nothing. And then tried to go back to sleep for a little bit, and then again at like 8:30 he was like, yeah, time for you to get up. So no one in this house is interested in letting me rest, so maybe I will get a little nap in soon. And again, just trying to kick this cold out of my system. So okay, that was a lot of rambling, but I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week.